Doing great. This is a very important session where I want to break down a few things. I call it the deconstruction of the anti AI movement. We have a lot of people who are free to choose between using AI or not, listening to music created by AI or not. And a lot of people are against it, and I can understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of unknowns, there's a lot of unregulation, non regulation, should I say. But I believe that 2026 is going to mark the beginning of the end of the anti AI fiends. We have a lot of people, they're mad, they're like grenades. A grenade just explodes everywhere. It's not directed, it's not focused, right? They bring up outlandish arguments. Well, those arguments, they had a leg to stand on before, but as we are progressing in the world of AI music, I see the anti AI camp falling apart. Now, to understand where the anti AI arguments fall flat, we first have to acknowledge the heavy emotional weight behind them. For many musicians, music isn't just a career, right? It's an identity. And when a machine can simulate a vibe in seconds, it feels like a devaluation of a lifetime of practice. I mean, I've been there. I share my story all the time about when my daughter showed me what she created with AI, and I immediately felt devalued. And this fear, it has transformed into the theft argument. But as the industry matures, the line between unauthorized exploitation and ethical collaboration is becoming much clearer. Let's think about it. Lots of us witnessed what happened between our friends Udio and Suno, WMG, UMG, Sony is they're coming, right? But we can already see them posturing towards AI. So the Wild West era of music, where startups scraped data without asking, is rapidly ending. Now we can make the argument, well, Suno and Udio did wrongdoing allegedly, right? By going into YouTube and going into Spotify. We don't know, right? It's alleged. But the three major labels, right, that are responsible for majority of the world's music, Universal, Warner, and Sony, they've transitioned from being aggressive litigation to strategic partnership. I know a lot of people don't like this, but it is what it is, right? The big three know that if they do not pivot towards artificial intelligence, they will be completely run over. It's as simple as that. So Warner, Sony, um, UMG, yeah, we've seen them over the past number of months posture. And I know a lot of people hate them for it. I don't know if their artists hate them for it, but if their artists understand business, they'd get smart and they'd understand that, hey, this is business. This is what it's all about. So the goal of these big three companies is to turn theft into revenue, right? They ensure that AI models are trained on licensed catalogs. They might even have to go to ground zero, start from scratch, but it's what it is. So the anti-AI movement's argument, it's theft, that's gonna go away. And I know there are a lot of indie people who are also saying it's theft. You need to balance the equation by thinking about us. Well, we'll see how that pans out, but it's becoming old. It's becoming old because Suno and Udio, they are ponying up. Okay? So when the world's largest copyright holders make peace, the argument that AI is stealing, it loses its legal and structural foundation, right? Because it's becoming a regulated utility, like sampling. You can't just sample anyone and get away with it. You get what I'm saying? Things are changing, my friends. The second one is unauthorized use versus ethical assistance. So the anti-AI movement often conflates deep fakes, unauthorized, with generative tools, right? Generated content from these tools. So we have to distinguish between the two. The vocal theft fallacy, right? Using AI to clone Drake's voice, yes, right? We agree. Unethical. But there's going to be a time when you can do that in Udio, when you might be able to do that in tools like Suno. So that is also going to become old. Right now, it's not legal to do it, but as these companies begin to form alliances, it's going to become old when someone says, oh, that's stealing. No, the record label allowed you to do it within Udio's walled garden. I'm not a fan of the walled garden, but let's be objective. It's a business model they want to pursue. So it will not be illegal, right? Let's also talk about the melodic partner reality using AI to create a drum pattern. Are you kidding me? Someone says you created a trap beat with AI, you're a thief. That's dumb. No one owns trap. Now, a specific trap beat with certain hi-hat measures and 808s in a specific mix and measure, of course, that's not allowed to take someone else's beat and steal it. But just a general trap beat like an arranger keyboard, you're telling me that's theft? That's not theft. Like a basic rock beat or funk beat, that's not theft. So if you wrote lyrics, you wrote a song, and you're using AI like an arranger to back your melody and your harmonic content, it's no different than hiring a session drummer or using a MIDI pack. These are realities that people are going to have to live with. I know a lot of the producers are not happy. I'm a producer. I couldn't care less. Let me tell you why. When everything is legalized, it's going to be me with AI versus you with AI. Me with AI to craft the best that I ever could versus you. Are you going to match me? That's what it's going to be about because AI is a differentiator, it's an amplifier. Now, just a few days ago, I was watching TI speaking with Dallas Austin about how they perceive AI in music. And the general consensus, TI said, well, I've had talks with Dr. Dre, and we've come to a conclusion that if you don't have this thing, you're going to be left behind. And it's true. If you don't, you will be left behind. It's that simple. So the anti-AI movement, they can fuss and fight all day long about, oh, you're using AI. You cannot censor the world. You cannot censor Japan, India, Pakistan, Algeria, Egypt. Think of it's a ridiculous argument to think you can strong arm the world into your point of view. Now, it's okay if you don't listen to AI music, it's totally fine. But the argument about why you're against it is falling flat, right? The it's stealing argument is falling flat. It's becoming old. You're stealing. It shows actually a lack of education. You get what I'm saying? Let me explain further and then I'll jump off. Let me explain the difference between synthesis versus plagiarism. AI doesn't copy paste. A lot of people think, oh, Suno and Udio, they've got all these MP3s in their basement and they're using it to generate new content. That's not the case. AI, as I've covered many times on this channel, learns from statistical relationships, right? It understands words, emotions. It understands if you're writing a song about grief, it's likely to be on a minor key, right? It's likely to be slower in tempo, except you prompt it to go against that, right? The prompt is a spark. The human provides the intent and the AI provides the output. And sometimes the output is absolutely horrendous. It's bad. But you, as the human in the loop, you're going to have to reprompt over and over and over again. And this is where the artistry comes in. And a lot of people will argue it's not artistry, it's stealing. It's becoming so old, my friends, that in 2026, a lot of the anti-AI movement, they're going to have to be quiet because the stealing argument, which was the main thing, is going away. Then it's taking away jobs. That's also going away because a lot of the professionals are using it. In the next few days, I'm going to be presenting to you a number of surveys from well known bodies like Lander. They've been in the game for over 10 years in artificial intelligence mastering. I've got some surveys from Lander I'm going to be featuring. I've got some surveys from some colleges in the United States I'm going to be featuring. You are going to see people are beginning to pivot. A lot of people are just being mum. Don't let me tell them I'm using AI. But they're using it. They're using it for ideas. They're using it for concepts. They're using it for all sorts of stuff. So, my friends, I came online to let you know that in 2026, everything is going to be changing for the anti AI movement. You could still be against it. You could still say, I don't want to listen. I don't want to create with it. Okay, that's fine. I cover this in my AI taxonomy on philc.net. There are 9 levels, 9 positions. Level 0 is I don't want to use it. I'm not using it for creativity. I'm not using it for mixing or mastering. Then we have level 1. I could use it for administration. Then level 2, I could use it just for an idea spark. Then we have level 3. I can begin to use it for audio sculpting, mastering and mixing. Then we have level 4. I could begin to use it just a little bit in the background. I'm still the lead vocalist. I'm still the lead instrumentalist, but I'll use it in the background. Then we have level 5. I'll begin to use it as a partner, 70/30, 60/40, a partner. Then we get to level 6, where you may not have a lead role, but you are a prompter, you're a sculptor. You may not have a lead role at all. Then we get to level 7, which is whole, the human out of the loop, which is dangerous. I'm not really for the human out of the loop, but I know it's coming, where you touch a button and it's a turnkey model where it creates everything for you. It looks at what's happening in the charts, it suggests the music, it creates the music. I'm not a huge fan of that. But again, if it's legal, I'm not going to begrudge people who use it. Then we get to level 8, which is ambidexterity. People who say, I don't want AI to touch my indigenous music. I don't want it to touch Native American music. But for all you care, you can use it in elevator music. You get what I'm saying? There's that positioning. So the world of AI is wide. So for a select, narrow minded set of people, high in emotions, to say you're a thief, you use Suno, you're a thief, it shows lack of education. It shows lack of enlightenment, because there are many things you could use Suno to do. You can take an entire finished song, put it into Suno, and get a version that's different. It's your melody, it's your harmony. See, the problem with a lot of these folks, they don't understand music. Melody, harmony, rhythm. It's you created it. And Suno is just generating an alternative, an alternate version. So, 2026, my friends, the playing field is going to largely change. And I ain't scared one bit, because I'm going to put in just as much or even more effort in bringing my A game, in writing, in producing. I'm still going to play live instruments in my jams. But even if I didn't, I'm still bringing my A game in the creativity. I'm still bringing my A game in the mastering, still bringing my A game in taking those stems and remixing. So a lot of people are misguided when they hear AI music. They're just spiraling off the echo chambers on the places on the web. They have no clue how music works, very uneducated. No clue what it means to write a song, no clue about harmony, no clue about chords, no clue about rhythm. Don't get me started. I'll be here till tomorrow. Well, my friends, I want to say thank you for joining me. This is just a very quick sharing of ideas, because I know as 2026 begins to hit us, I know lots of you are thinking, what does the future hold? How am I going to position myself? The answer is simple. You're going to position yourself showing up to be the best version that you could ever be. You're going to be more creative. You're going to do research. You're going to learn more about instruments. You're going to learn more about music. And guess what? I'm going to be helping you. I'm going to be bringing you various coaches. I've already brought to you on the membership my mastering engineer. Already brought him to you. I'm going to be bringing vocal coaches to you. I'm going to be bringing other people. So those of you who want to like meld the worlds of music and AI, and you want to do it the best way you can, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to be helping you every step of the way, I promise. We're going to be having our convention next year as well. We're going to be bringing in speakers to encourage and inspire and educate. Because instead of running away from AI music, I'm running in front of the AI music. I'm not going to be run over because I'm going to keep up the pace. Don't get run over, my friends. It's very easy to get run over by running away, but don't run away. All right. I want to thank those of you who chatted in. Mystic, Aurora, Fireside. I think that's one of our friends who changed their name, is it? Yes. Yes. Is that Storyteller? How you doing? Ah, Historious Official, thank you. Level 5 is, yeah, that's the collaboration. Project Laboratory Music, thank you for coming through. All right. Well, happy holidays. I wish you a happy 2026. I will be back to share more ideas, but the anti AI movement, they're going down. They're going down. And I'm not against people not wanting AI. What I am against is half truth, falsities, and just misguidedness. You got to get educated. Anti AI movement, it's okay to hold your position. I'm not trying to force you to change your position, but come with something better because the stealing is falling flat and the it's taking jobs is also falling flat. Let me be honest, the people using AI to create music, how many of them would go all out to hire a musician or musicians and a studio? So who is it stealing from? Anyway, I leave you with that thought. I'll see you folks later. Take care. Au revoir.